Hi beautiful, welcome to my channel. Another day, another new concealer review. Today we are going to be reviewing the new Benefit Boi-ing concealer. This is called the Bright On Concealer, and of course we are going to be testing it out. I'll tell you how it works on my dry skin. We'll talk about finish, feel, coverage, wearability, etc. So let's just go ahead and get started. Not only is Benefit launching a new concealer, but they also have a shade expansion on their current cakeless concealer. This one I feel like I've reviewed on my channel sometime in the past. I'm pretty sure I did a video on it, and I remember that because it was kind of a thicker, more full coverage and a more matte type of concealer, it was not my favorite. So I'm really hoping that this new one that they're coming out with right now is going to be a lot more up my alley. It says it is a 3-in-1 brightening concealer, illuminate under eyes all day with the silky smooth waterproof concealer. It has red algae extract known to help visibly brighten, color correcting pigment known to help hide dark circles, and a serum like formula which helps to seal in skin hydration. As you can see, I'm ready for my concealer step. Dark circles underneath my eyes and my foundation is already on. It looks really nice and glowy. I totally overdid my serum and moisturizer because I was feeling super extra dry, so I put on so much magic cream. Anyways, my skin is now glowy just the way I like it, and I just recently started getting PR from Benefit, which is amazing because now I don't have to buy these. They sent out 2 shades. I got shade Lychee and shade Nectarine, and I will say the undertones on these are crazy, at least from what I can see. In these 2 right here, the color Lychee has a very strong pink undertone, and it is very contrasting to the very yellow undertone of the color Nectarine. I was just looking on their website and the retail price for these is $24, and as of right now it only comes in 12 different shades. These 2 are the lighter shades, and honestly they're not too light, so if your skin's a lot paler than mine, I probably wouldn't go for these because these look like they would work for me, and they are the 2 lighter shades. Let me go ahead and swatch them to decide which one I want to use. Here is Lychee and Nectarine. Take a look right there. This is what I was saying about the strong undertone. I have a more neutral undertone. I have both pink and yellow on my skin, and you can see the stark difference between these 2. I'm mixing them both right here on the back of my hand, and I think that in order to wear them I am going to mix them because this is much more my perfect undertone, nice and neutral. You guys can see the difference that made, and for the looks of it on the back of my hand, it looks like it's a medium coverage type of a product. I don't feel like this is a full coverage, but I did really like that it's waterproof because that means that it's going to last for very long on the skin. And since it said that it had a color corrector built in, I'm not going to use a color corrector underneath it. I'm just going to go for it. So I'm going to start with Lychee. Right there. And then I'm going to do my more yellow one. Nectarine, was it? Right there. I feel like now when I blend them out, it should look nice and neutral. So far, I love that it's very lightweight. It has a glowy finish to it, and it feels nice and hydrating underneath my eyes. That's what it looks like blended out. I love the color of both of the concealers combined, although it definitely is an inconvenience that they don't have a neutral shade for me. And I'm going to add it to the center of my face like I normally would. I applied a little bit more underneath both eyes, and I'm just blending it in with my finger because I was just reading the box and it said that the fingers was their recommended way of application, so I didn't want my sponge usage to take away from the experience. So I went back at it a little bit more, and now I am blending it in with my fingers. And I do see that it covered more when I blended it with my fingers. I love that it's really nice and brightening, by the way. But it might just be that because I layered it, it covered more, which is totally fine. This right here is the look of it. So far, my main concern with concealers is it making my under eyes look creepy, and this one is not doing that, and being too matte and drying for my under eyes because it makes my under eyes look creepy. And again, this one is not doing that. So far so good. I definitely wish that they had more shades so that we wouldn't have to combine. I honestly don't know which shade I would have ordered from the website. I probably would have gone from Nectarine if I was ordering it to review myself, and Nectarine is very, very yellow. I'm pretty sure I could have made it work, but I don't know, I feel like the undertones are pretty extreme. It's not like a little pink, it's like pink. And it's not like a warm undertone, it's like yellow, you know? Anyways, let me go ahead and set one under eye with some translucent powder. And when I've been doing these concealer reviews, this is my third one now, I've been setting my left under eye because it's the one that creases the most. So I feel like it's a good test to see like how it wears with powder. And I'm going to set right here, not underneath the eye, but like on my cheek, just with a little bit of powder as well. Everything on my face will of course be linked down below. Now I am filming this video on February 13th and I am going to go to dinner with my husband later today, and it's not really for Valentine's Day because it's actually to celebrate my brother-in-law's birthday, but I'm going to take it as our Valentine's Day dinner since I know I am going nowhere tomorrow, and this video is going to be posted on February 14th. So let's do an eye look. A Valentine's Day themed eye look, but I'm not going to do pink because I rather not. I'm going to go with this palette right here. This is the Mini Biba palette. It's much more peachy, but it's nice and fun still. So let's do a little peachy Valentine's Day look. By the way, before I fully switch the subject from the concealer, let me look up. This is what it's looking like right now. Not creasing badly. Again, this eye has powder. This one does not. I'm going to tap out these creases now that it's had a little bit of time to set and hope that they don't come back. Okay, so I'm going to get the most peachy shade from my Peachy palette, and I'm going to put that one on the crease of my eye, and I'm using a Refer number 16 brush. I'm blending out the upper edges by doing windshield wiper motions with my brush, light pressure, and repeat on this side. I totally forgot to add primer to my eyes, but that's okay. Natasha Denona eyeshadows last okay for me. So next I'm going in with this shade right here, and I'm going to use it on the outer corner of my eye. By the way, a few of you have asked me for an update on my grandma, and she's not doing well, but I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to ruin my makeup. So at some point throughout this month I might make a video where I go into a little bit more details about what's going on. But if I'm not super cheerful in this video, it's because I've had a lot on my mind today. Okay, I'm done. Okay, so just deepening up that outer corner with this color, blending it out. And we don't have to complicate things, let's just use 3 shades. I'm going in with a flat brush and the shimmery shade in the center, and that is going to be pretty much all that I do for this look. I'm just going to put it all over my eyelid. This shimmer is beautiful, and I'm putting it all the way in right here on my inner corner and just running my Refer number 1 brush through the edges so that the shimmer blends into the matte and vice versa. A little bit of the dark shade right underneath my lashes, all the way in. And a little bit of my peachy shade to smoke it out. Natasha Denona brown eyeliner for my waterline. And this is my Valentine's Day eyeshadow look. Nice and easy, super simple. I'm going to finish up the rest of my makeup. I'm going to do a little bit of bronzer and blush and maybe a little highlighter, etc. And I'll be right back to show you guys the final result and do a little bit of a final check-in on this concealer. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back and I fully finished my makeup. Everything I am wearing on my face will of course be linked down below. I went with a monochromatic, peachy, romantic look. No falsies, just mascara. I want to be nice and comfortable, and I'm here to give you an update on the concealer. And I feel like the camera usually doesn't show this much. Actually, yes, you can see it. See how like it looks nice and bright on this side that I powdered, and then on this side it looks a little bit darker. Well, I feel like the side that I powdered started kind of fading off a little bit. Like I can definitely see through my concealer a little bit more on this side. So far I would definitely recommend going with powder. And as far as my first impressions are concerned, I'm definitely not impressed with the shade range. I feel like a company like Benefit should have a lot more shades in their concealer, and they just did a shade expansion for their other concealer, so I feel like it would have been the perfect opportunity to launch this one in all of the different shades, including neutral undertones. I totally made it work with the 2 shades that they sent my way, but it definitely isn't the most convenient to have to combine your shades in order to get a color that works for you. The coverage is definitely buildable, but it starts at a medium coverage. So medium buildable coverage with a natural finish. It does feel extremely hydrating underneath my eyes, which is definitely a huge plus. And I don't love that the side that I didn't powder is already kind of fading off a little bit. I thought that the concealer being waterproof would mean that it would stay really nicely. It's not terrible, but I can totally tell the difference between the two. So far, I don't think this is the best concealer I've tried this month. I can tell you that right off the bat. And of course, towards the end of the month, after I try all of the new concealers, we will have some sort of a rankings video. But with that said, I feel like this would be a great concealer for a teenager or somebody who really doesn't have super dark circles underneath their eyes and they just want to like brighten a little bit. If all you want from your concealer is a little bit of brightness, this could be a really good option. With that said, I'm going to wear this concealer for the rest of the afternoon and night, and I will come back at the end of the day to show you guys how it wears after some hours and give you my final thoughts. So I'll see you guys then. Okay, I'm back, and it's only been like 3, maybe 3.5 hours since I left, or since you last saw me. So today's wear test is not going to be super long, but that's okay because I kind of already know how I feel about this concealer, and I know that wearing it for 4 to 5 more hours is not really going to change my opinion on it. Basically, you can see that it wore so much better on the side that I set with powder. So if you do end up getting this concealer, definitely use a powder to set it, because not only does it look a little bit smoother on this side, but the coverage lasted a lot longer. I feel like I've lost a lot of coverage underneath this eye right here. As far as the dryness, no, it is not dry at all. It's actually a pretty hydrating concealer. So if you have dry skin, I do recommend it in that sense. I really just didn't love the color selection situation. The fact that I had to combine colors to get a perfect neutral undertone was definitely not ideal, and I do hope that they expand their shade selection in the future. I can tell you right away that out of the new concealers that I've been trying, which this is the 3rd one, is probably the one that has impressed me the least. And if you're looking for a hydrating, thin under eye concealer, I highly recommend that you check the LYS Beauty concealer that I reviewed yesterday, because I like that one a lot better than this one as far as coverage and color selection is concerned. So that is all I have for today's video. If I had to rate it out of 10, I would give it like a 6.5, maybe a 7 if I'm feeling generous. But unfortunately, the color selection was really not that great. If you want to see anything else that I am wearing on my face, everything is linked down below in the description box. My brushes, my sponges, foundation, the blush that I'm using, which is a Benefit blush that I love. Anyways, if you guys liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up before you leave. We still have 2 more concealers that I definitely definitely want to try this month. There's a new Urban Decay concealer coming, and one that I'm very, very excited about is the new Tarte concealer, which I actually just ordered today. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I love you so much, and I hope to see you back in the next video. Bye.